I'm Harrison Graham. We are reacting to Bears-Bengals joint practice today here on Chicago Bears Now as the two teams got after it out in Lake Forest. Some takeaways, minor injury updates, and things trickling in by the minute here that I'm just going to mention toward the end of the episode as well, so stay tuned for that. But before we get to all of that, Bears-Bengals watch party on Saturday. Subscribe. Join us live at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time, 1 hour before kickoff, getting you ready for the game. We'll have full play-by-play live reaction coverage during the game, and then, of course, a post-game show. So lock in with us here on Chicago Bears Now. Okay, let's get to some joint practice takeaways here. Number one, it poured the entire time. Did not stop raining. I wondered if they would move it inside or scale it back in some regard, but they decided to proceed and do an outdoor practice. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure they should have done that, just because you just worry, right? Like someone slips, bad ankle sprain, bad knee injury, something like that. Bengals had a couple of guys go down. Luckily, the Bears only had one guy leave practice. We'll tell you who that is in a minute. But if you told me they canceled practice today or moved it inside because of how much it was raining, I would have been like, that sucks, but I get it. But they went through and had practice, and it seemed like it was beneficial for the most part. But, man, you would have really hated to see someone big time go down. Luckily, that didn't appear to happen. All right, so a little bit of a slow start, but a good finish for Caleb Williams, the Bears rookie quarterback. His first interception pass in 7-on-7s was actually intercepted. So you're like, oh boy, this is a slow start. But picked up after that, threw a couple of touchdowns in team drills, 11-on-11s. Found Keenan Allen in the corner of an end zone. Also hit DJ Moore for a touchdown as well. Apparently, that touchdown pass to Keenan stood out, as in that'll probably be the highlight the Bears tweet out at some point, so check that out once that happens. But sounds like it was a pretty good practice overall. Obviously, the weather played a role, but good to see the rookie bounce back after a not-so-good start to the practice against Cincinnati. Show QB1 some love. Caleb Williams, get the CWs in the chat for the face of the franchise. Type CW if you want to show Mr. Caleb Williams some love. How about the defense? 3 interceptions off of Joe Burrow as the Bears defense was able to make some plays. Not sure who picked off Burrow for the third time, but 2 of the 3 interceptions were from Kevin Byard and Greg Stroman Jr. And man, Stroman he kind of just quietly makes plays. I mean, it's going to be tough to keep him off this roster. Obviously, Byard is a starter for this team, filling in for Eddie Jackson, who got cut before free agency. But, it's practice. I'm not going to over or underreact, but pick off Joe Burrow 3 times. It's a pretty good day at the office. So certainly pretty pleased with that. We'll continue with some more takeaways and a couple of other post-practice notes in a second, but we got to tell you about our sponsor, our partner, Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy sports app out there. Football is back, and so is Prize Picks here on Bears Now. They are the best daily fantasy sports app that exists, and here are just a few reasons why. The way it works is simple. You select 2 to 6 players in your Prize Picks lineup. Any sports are available as long as it's in season or close to. Pick more or less on their projected stats and place your entry. It's easy. It takes less than 1 minute to fire an entry off. How about this deal? 1 Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right. Only 1 yard, 4 weeks of free wins. Who else is offering that? Not anyone I'm aware of, but Prize Picks is. By the way, I've got a little season-long play going on right now. Or week 1, excuse me. I have a season-long play as well. This is a week 1 one, though. Caleb Williams, more than 236.5 passing yards. Tyreek Hill, more than 90.5 receiving yards. 10 to win 30. A little teaser on the season-long one. Prize Pick still has Caleb Williams, 3,400 and change passing yards. Take the more, baby. Go check that out. As long as you pair it up with something else, you got a chance to win. 2 to 6 player entries with Prize Picks. By the way, if you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play for just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks will also match your initial deposit bonus up to $100 with code CLNS at prizepicks.com/CLNS. That link and promo code in the comments and description of this video. Go check out Prize Picks today. Daily fantasy made easy. Okay, both defenses won 2-minute drills today. Caleb tried to find Simba Webster on a fade ball in the corner of the end zone. That got knocked away. A lot of the backup receivers were getting some reps at that point, so I'm not putting a ton of stock into that. Simba Webster's not going to be playing on Sundays. And let's just be honest, based on the reports, the tweets, a lot of drops slipping around, weather gave the defenses an edge. I saw a Bengals reporter said T. Higgins dropped 4 passes. I mean, it's just like, again, it kind of goes back to my first point. Like, I'm not complaining that they practiced, but if they didn't, I wouldn't have complained either because last thing you want to do is get someone hurt out there. Terell Smith did leave practice for the Bears. Unclear if it's serious, if it's not, if it's injury related, if it's not. But he did leave today's joint practice with the trainer with something, so certainly something to monitor. If he's playing Saturday, obviously it wasn't a big deal. If not, certainly we will keep an eye on that. The Bengals had the cart come out twice, so again, I'm glad that didn't happen to the Bears. Luckily for Cincinnati, it was a couple backups, I believe. All right, Matt Eberflus spoke after practice and discussed a lot of things. The main thing, though, is that starters will play on Saturday. I'm not sure this would be the case, or I wasn't sure heading into today because the Bengals announced earlier this week that they are not going to play starters. But I'm glad the Bears are doing this. Like, a lot of times teams just kind of silently agree, hey, joint practice, we just won't play starters in the game. We'll focus on the practice. Well, the Bears and Bengals are in different spots. I'm not saying the Bengals are going to be way better or the Bears are going to be way worse or anything like that. But, yeah, I don't blame them for not playing Joe Burrow. He's established and has an injury history. Caleb Williams, though, he needs reps. He needs to be out there. So you don't need to match Cincinnati just because they decided not to play their starters, which, again, they are not expected to play. So, look, does that create a little more pressure to go perform against their twos? I guess. I'm not too focused on that, though. Like, I just want to get these reps. I want to stack and build off of a good start last week for Caleb, and hopefully we get to see that on Saturday. Flus didn't mention specifics in terms of how long they'd play. Cole Kmet later said, though, that he thinks they're playing around a quarter. Said not to quote him on that. Sorry, Cole. But, yeah, that's where things sit right now. Do you agree with the starters playing this week? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know in the comments. I do. Even if it's not a heavy dose, I would like to see them play this week. But that is just me. Let me know in the comments below. And I have one more thought, too, before we end this segment. Nate Davis spoke after practice, and obviously it's been tumultuous around him. It's been very opinionated on the outside, from myself included. He said his approach is day by day. He feels like he's close to 100%. He completely dismissed the notion that he doesn't like to practice, says you don't get to this level without being a heavy competitor and working hard, which I don't disagree with him on that. I don't have a doubt that he has worked hard to get to this point. I just think it's a simple fact that he hasn't been available much. I mean, you can't really dispute that. Matt Eberflus said it's a competition at center and right guard still, says they feel good about Tevin at left guard, but center and right guard's up in the air. Nate Davis admitted he did not, that Flus has not told him that, so I'm not sure if there's a disconnect there or not. But I said it yesterday or the day before, he's got an opportunity right now because Ryan Bates, another note from Flus, is week to week. So if Nate Davis can stack some practices, play well in the game on Saturday, stay healthy, he could potentially lock down that right guard spot. So, while it was looking bleak for him as a starter just a few days ago, maybe that opportunity is back for Nate Davis. So, to me, it's just like talk is cheap at this point. Like, he could say this and that, and it's not that I believe him or don't. It's just that I want to see him do it. Oh, this is the last thing. He said that when he's healthy and his mind is right, he's one of the best guards in the NFL. Well, then go prove it. Go prove it. Play well. Stay on the field. And I get you can't control injuries, but, I mean, this, he hadn't been one of the best guards in the NFL since joining this team. I know that's for sure. So everything's ahead of him. Everything that he wants is out there. You got to go take it, though. You got to go take it. All right. Thanks for watching all the way through this episode. If you made it to the end, be sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications. We will continue to keep you guys informed here on Chicago Bears Now.